Hey guys, I did a oil service here on the John Deere 330G. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it a 9 for service ability to do it very quickly and efficiently to get in there to the engine oil filler. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this stuff here we do on the farm and the growth here we have going on, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. It does wonders for getting our videos out there. We are a vlogging farm channel. We got a lot of stuff happening here in the next month and a half. We'll be start shelling corn, so yeah. On that bell, you got to click down on it and hit the right one so you get notifications. But yeah, I really like the way this services to change engine oil on the 330G. And if you have any questions, leave comments and I'll try to answer them in a video. Have an awesome evening. Okay, this is all about the John Deere 330G. I have the loader way up. I have my lock on and I'm going to show you how to take the shields off. We're going to blow it around here a little bit. The lock's on, so it cannot come down. So we want to just take it a little easy there on safety. So this is a handle here, I guess. We're going to pull that first shield off. See if we can locate the filter here. So you just want to grab that and pull it up. I don't have no help here right now, so just have to pause it here in and out. So I hope you enjoy this video as we go along changing the engine oil. This is my first time for doing this. It should have been done in a little bit while, but as busy as we get around here sometimes, it's hard to get everything done. Okay, you can see the engine oil there. It's right off the side of the motor. I'm going to remove the pan. I'm not sure where the engine oil gets drained out yet, so there's a fuel filter there. Some kind of a filter system there. Skid loader definitely needs a bath. So that was easy to figure out there. Just take the fuel off. It opens up nicely on both sides. These do swing out and stuff. There's all kinds of things you can do. This shield here we take off to check up on a couple things here. I'm going to pull that one up too. Just any cleanup. Overall, that filter is not that hard to get to. Reach right in there. Got lots of room. So under that shield was the battery. And I'm going to blow everything off, clean up there real good. This is one where you can check and just unscrew these caps, check the levels. Being a newer machine, I don't think we need to do that yet. But we're going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Get underneath there, see where we drain the oil out. Underneath the machine here, and open it up. Okay guys, I'll bring you back out here a little bit before I drain the engine oil. I did run it a little bit. This is my first time on this John Deere 330G skid loader. Changing the engine oil, cleaning it up, blowing it out, opening it up, just kind of learn where everything is. Very interesting where I'm finding things. Some guys would grab a book and sit there and look at it for a while. Not me. If it's just a simple oil change and I'm not doing big repairs, just cleaning it up, checking the filters and stuff like that, just make sure everything has cleaned up for the hours. They have a chart inside of the skid loader that I go over the things that need to be at this hour mark and check things out. Have the air hose out here with cleaning it up. While we found the engine oil, I took the bottom oil pan off just to help clean out any extra oil that drips off of the oil filter. And here's the fun part. You just pull these two screws out here. And you got two drains. One's for the engine, one's for hydraulics. So everything comes out. I set my pan underneath there. And we're going to drain the engine oil out. Hydraulic has a square box. Engine has a round like an engine on it. So you know not to take one or the other one out. But simple to pop that off. Get all your fluids out here. We'll let it sit for a while. And let it drain completely out. And then I'll take some ether and clean up things so the oil don't stick here in the dirt and stuff and put it back in there. So we're going to take this cap off, Get 2 box wrenches, yep. And 15, 16 to 24 is probably a 24, but a 15, 16 should work. Wrench. So I'll go get 2 of those in the shop, start draining engine oil, pull their oil filter, I'll get another train and see if any oil comes out. The pan lays over there, I'll clean that up before we put it back on, and oil the bolts up and stuff so they don't get tight. Did blow the battery off, nice. And then we can open a couple of these while we're waiting and just check. But like I said, I don't think it's necessary at this many hours, but and here's where we want to put our engine oil in. So, and then they have for the hydraulic oil filled right here. Everything's nice and easy to check. Here's the drain, or the dipstick for the engine. But yeah, very, very nice to work on. So let's get this draining a while and we'll come back, talk a little bit more as the fluids come out. Okay guys, well, we're getting the engine oil out. We'll let it drain here for about a half hour. Some people say it's not necessary, but I spend enough money for equipment so I can do what I want, I guess, right? Yep. So it doesn't hurt to get it all drained out of the pan. We'll put some actual clean oil in. Some say that's a waste of money too. But I got the new engine filter on there. You can't really see it there too good. I have this handy dandy little thing here. It expands for the filter. Goes on there real nice. Has little magnets in here and holds it on. It was pretty tight. This engine oil filter just said put some engine oil on the surface of the gasket and then turn it once it comes tight, turn 1 extra turn, which it gives it about 20 to 24 pounds of torque on the filter. So, and then they say fill it up, check it again for leaks. So some guys will put old engine on the seal. It doesn't say old engine, it just says engine oil, and it doesn't say clean oil. So, but we put clean oil on the seal, and so we'll let that drain here for a little bit. Go get a tea, and it'll be about done draining. Then we'll put some fresh oil in it. Just kind of flush everything out. Just dump it in there. And again, I know some will say about don't need to. So there it says for the engine oil 50 number 2, I guess, or 40. I think we're going to put 40 in it here for the time being. This will get a change oil before the winter and serviced and cleaned and everything before snow flies. So let's go get a drink of tea and come back, flush some new engine oil through it. Not much, a quart or something like that. And just the way I like to do things. I'm really fussy. Keep things clean, and it'll last a lot longer. Okay guys, sometimes you do have to pull the book out. I wanted to see what the engine capacity with filter on this engine is. The 330. The 332 is capacity is 3.3 gallons. I gotta find a 330G. So in the book, maintenance every 500 hours to change the engine oil. They tell you to remove that plug. There's the drain plug. Drain it. Pretty much what I figured out on my own. There's the fill and the check. 3.3 gallon. Let's see here. Yeah, so pretty much figured it out without pulling the book out, other than the 3.3 gallon for the engine. So we got that. This all that goes behind the seat, and until we need it again. I got my buddy out here helping me change the engine oil. Can you wave hi? He figured out how to push himself around. He's smart. Hey, where you want to get your hands into, Punky? Mom. Where's Mom? I have no tandy for you. All right, let's go back and clean up and then get ready to put the engine oil plug back in. We got 2 gallon in there so far. I have these brand new 2 gallon jugs, so I need another gallon and a little bit. So I'm gonna put a half a jug in. We'll go ahead and check it. I do not want to overfill it. We want to keep it in the operating levels there. Full's right there. So we'll have to run it and then let it sit and then check it again. So if it does get overflowed, then we got to take the plug and drain a little bit out. So it's easier to keep adding a little at a time to make sure you get your exact amount. I do have a jug to put it in to measure it to get, this just keeps the oil, you know, it's clean and not going in other containers. So I got my boys here. They were all came home from school and wanted to see what's going on. So, all right, let's get this oil in. Guys, he just put my books back for me, and he can put the seat back. Make sure you know grease on yourself. So this is the first start up, and then what we'll do is just let it run for a little bit, and then I can look at the oil filter, make sure that's not leaking. The drain plugs are nice and dry down there. You don't need to run it very long. It's just one of those things. It doesn't take long to get the oil circulated in the filter. Feel the filter getting warm. This is all the DEF system here, so it takes a lot of room there in the engine to have all that stuff in there. So we'll go ahead and shut it off and then come back a little bit and check the engine oil. Again, the locks are on, so we don't need to worry about anybody getting hurt, and you just need to be sitting in the seat to start it. So let that engine oil settle down here in a little bit. It's much easier to wait and check it and then see if we have to add a little bit. So overall, I would say this is probably 1 out of a 10 rating. This is probably about a 9 to change the engine oil in the John Deere 330G. Very easy. Doesn't take that much tools. You really don't need to drop that lower bottom pan at all, but I do, because you're going to have a little spillage, and it'll go right there. We have a bag down there. I'll show you that. I took some ether and cleaned off all the stuff and make sure nothing can stick to it. Ether does an excellent job just to clean off your tools and stuff. And you can see it's on the bag. So we can roll the bag up, put it in the bag, and then dispose of it. I'm going to clean this bracket here a little bit more before I put it back up in there, but I'm going to do that here shortly. But yeah, I get about a 9 for easy and accessible, and shields slide off real nice. And so yeah, hope you enjoy this on changing the engine oil with my son, and finish up here, and we'll get him to put it to work. I know there was a request for him to see more video getting stuff done, so we'll try to get him doing some dirt work. And I do grease the cylinders and everything pretty often, more than they need, but once you get playing these, it's no fun, so it's better to keep everything serviced. Hope everybody has an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later.